Welcome to Osha, and this is Ligusticum porteri, not to be confused with Ligusticum wallichi, which is often just called Ligusticum, or Ligusticum sinensis, Chinese lovage root. No. We're talking about Osha, Ligusticum porteri, and it has some very particular healing functions amongst its wide variety. We're going to look here at its lung healing capacity and also this very interesting relationship that it has with mycorrhizal fungi. So let's dive in. Osha works with your lungs by increasing blood circulation. This capacity helps to increase dilation, and it makes breathing easier for people with asthma, emphysema, pneumonia, allergies. The herb's capacity to bronchodilate just literally aids the process of breathing deeper. So just for living, for meditation, deep breaths are so important for countering stress and obviously for the illnesses that we've mentioned and many others that would be impacted by, wheezing and shallow breathing. It also has some really important pain analgesic properties that help ease sore throats, coughing, congestion, sinus issues. It's considered even more effective than echinacea by some herbalists for those properties. Just an excellent cough remedy and expectorant. Even for the early stage, from everything from the early stages of respiratory infection all the way through to treating acute influenzas, flus that have gotten nasty. So this is an important medicine. The Native Americans, because this is a plant that's native to North America, Native American runners would use Osha as to build endurance. And you can't have much endurance if you don't have strong breath. They go hand in hand. And they would even chew the roots to blend it with tobaccos to help ease the effect of tobacco on their lungs. Osha is seriously threatened environmentally because it has one of the most profound interrelationships with mycorrhizal fungi. Because of that relationship, you can't just transplant it. It doesn't want to grow where it can't find what it needs in its immediate environment. And there's something very profound about that this medicine that's very good with your lungs and with your digestion and so many other things, it needs to be where it thrives. And so do you. So pay attention to that attribute. If you're not thriving, are you in the right place? So just for some of you that may not be familiar with mycorrhizal fungi, these are plants that go deep, deep, deep into the soils and earth. And what they do is they bring back a lot of the nutrients that a plant like Osha and many, many, many others, about 80 to 90% of all plants make use of mycorrhizal fungi. I just want to rush over that word. So they bring these nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus. Now, these are really critical for bones, DNA creation, cell membrane. So you can see Osha's healing powers comes from this gift, this interrelationship they have in exchange. Osha gives the fungi carbohydrates, sugars and carbon. So it's very mutual. And this is one of the great examples. Now, there are a lot of plants, as I mentioned. There's a few plants that don't need this relationship. So beets, for example, broccoli, rhododendron, just to name a few. Spinach, another one, doesn't need it. Doesn't worry if you can transplant it. Others really do need this relationship. Sequoia trees, the giant sequoia tree makes excellent use of mycorrhizal fungi. Avocados, artichokes, basil, roses, almonds, you get the idea. But you'll notice with some of those plants that I've mentioned, they can be transplanted. Not with Osha. Osha is fussy and particular. It likes its location in the altitude zone that it's found in, and it likes what's growing there. And I think that's just an incredibly important thing, because you think about breath and digestion. We need, as an environment, as a body that is an environment, to feed that so that we can thrive in our environment. And Osha helps us do that. It's almost as if it's a gift of what it does in the wild, transfers to us as humans living in our versions of the wild. So Osha, you'll have a new consideration around it when you think about it. Be very careful. This is a plant that is endangered because it is easy to over-harvest it, because it cannot be transplanted, at least not successfully as yet. So make excellent use of this medicine and appreciate its strength, even as it's got a certain kind of fragility. It doesn't want to not be where it doesn't call home. Visit our website at whiterabbitinstituteofhealing.com to find out more about this very amazing and beautiful healing plant.